Hello, Lookapriest here from the guild Bound on the US Staghelm server, and this is the Stone Guard in 25-man Mogu'shan Vault's normal mode, done the Bound way. In this encounter, we use 3 tanks, 6 healers, and 16 DPS. This is a one-phase fight, and on 25-man mode, all 4 Kwelí Guardians, the Amethyst, Cobalt, Jade, and Jasper, will be active. The Guardians will have a shared health pool, and each one has its own energy bar. The Guardians will gain energy when they're close to each other, and when a Guardian reaches maximum energy, it will unleash its Overload attack on the entire raid. Each Guardian has its own version of Overload, and fortunately one of the Guardians will also be providing protection to the raid from its Overload in the form of a 90% damage reduction from that attack only when the Guardian is casting Petrification. And only one Guardian will cast Petrification at a time. Therefore, the main objective of this encounter is to control the order in which Guardians' energy bars fill up by moving them close to and far away from other Guardians, depending which Guardian is casting Petrification. A few seconds after the Guardian uses its Overload, a new Guardian will start casting Petrification, and it is this Guardian that you must get up to maximum energy. The cycle will continue until you defeat the encounter. Petrification shows as a stacking debuff that is applied to the entire raid. It also appears on each player's screen as a distinct resource bar. Petrification reduces the target's movement speed with each stack. If the debuff reaches maximum, it paralyzes its target. Petrification has a maximum of 100, and it takes around 80 seconds for it to reach that maximum. Petrification is cast for the first time 5 seconds into the fight, and again 5 seconds after each petrification ends. While Petrification is stacking on players, they take 90% reduced damage from the School of Damage belonging to the respective Guardian. Amethyst protects from Shadow, Cobalt from Arcane, Jade from Nature, and Jasper from Fire. Reaching maximum Petrification can only be prevented by the Guardian's Overload and not by another Guardian's Overload. For example, Jade Overload will not clear Jasper Petrification. Reaching maximum Petrification causes all players to become unable to move or act. They continue to take damage, meaning they will always lead to wipes. Each Guardian will also be applying Rend Flesh on its tank. This is a bleed effect that lasts 15 seconds and deals a moderate amount of damage. It does not stack and overall is not that problematic. In addition to this, each Guardian has its own abilities, which include Amethyst Pool, Cobalt Mine, Jade Shards, and Jasper Chains, and they will be used throughout the fight and will regularly attempt to damage one or more raid members. Amethyst Pool is cast by the Amethyst Guardian and is a void zone placed at a random raid member's location that inflicts shadow damage every second to everyone inside it, and it lasts 1 minute and 20 seconds and is cast roughly once every 5 to 10 seconds. Just avoid these. The Cobalt Mine is cast by the Cobalt Guardian. It is a Cobalt Shard launched at a random raid member's location. After 3 seconds, the shard becomes active, and any player who comes within 7 yards of it causes it to detonate, dealing arcane damage to all allies within 7 yards, also rooting them for 6 seconds. This is an ability that is cast every 10 seconds. Avoid these. They can be triggered by someone with a personal damage reducing cooldown or by anyone during the Cobalt Petrification. Jade Shards is casted by the Jade Guardian and is a raid-wide nuke, dealing a small amount of nature damage to all players. This spell is cast every 10 seconds and it is unavoidable. Jasper Chains is cast by the Jasper Guardian. It links 2 random raid members together, indicated graphically by chains. If the 2 players are more than 10 yards apart from one another, the chains deal fire damage to them every second. The damage is increased by 15% every second that the 2 players are more than 10 yards apart, and being more than 10 yards apart for 15 seconds removes the chains. Note that this effect is cumulative, meaning that you do not need to be apart for more than 15 consecutive seconds. For each second that you are apart, you get a stack of an otherwise harmless debuff, and at 15 stacks, the chains are broken. This spell is cast roughly every 10 seconds. There are 3 ways you can take care of the chains. First way is to just stay within 10 yards of the person you're chained to and ignore breaking the chain. and just stay together. The second way is to stay together unless Jasper Guardian is using Petrification, then get more than 10 yards apart until either the chains break or the Jasper Guardian casts its overload. If it casts its overload and you are still chained, get back to your chain partner. The final way is to, throughout the fight, keep moving in and out of the 10-yard range, causing 1 tick of damage, and to get a second off the 15 seconds of being 10 yards apart to break the chains. I suggest one of the first 2 methods if you want your healers to like you. For positioning, we have the tanks spread the guardians out that they are far enough apart so only 2 are gaining energy at a time, and have them moving them down the room so not too many amethyst pools or cobalt mines are around the melee. The melee are following and attacking the 2 guardians that are together while being slightly spread out. The range and healers are spread out behind the melee group, attacking the same guardians, but they are also staying close enough to so they can get to their chain buddy quickly. Range and heals can and will be chained to the melee, and it is the range or healer's responsibility to get to the melee. Thank you for watching this guide on the Stone Guard in 25-man Mogu'shan Vaults, done the Bound way. This is Lookapriest from the Guild Bound on the US Staghelm server, and you can contact me through my email, hobomist@gmail.com, through my YouTube channel at youtube.com/hobomist, on Twitter @Lookapriest, or on the Bound forums at bound-staghelm.com. And remember, if you're watching this on YouTube, like the video if you liked it, subscribe to my channel if you want to, and leave me some comments. Thank you, and goodbye.
If there's a hymn of hope, please.
Yeah, raid wall.
One is down for a few more seconds.
One's down. Stay alive, guys. Just stay alive.
Beware.
Nice job.
Good job, guys. Really good guys. Wow.
Good job, guys. Healers, nice job. Nice job.